god. People are so weird. Like, I don't understand why people are so fucking weird about like trans femininity. I don't get it. But they are. Like, I don't like it either. Like, I'm getting like very sick of dealing with people. Like, I don't like the public for like obvious reasons. There's a lot of social toxicity. There's a lot of like social delusion and shit. And most of what most people believe is really just bullshit when it gets down to it. Like, certain things happen to me that make me like incredibly fucking annoyed. Like, whenever I'm like talking to someone and then like this is basically what it is. Let me like distill it down to its like base form of the problem that I'm trying to point to. It seems like even if people are like accepting of like treating me like in the correct way, you know? Like acknowledging like my name and my pronouns and things like that. Even if they like are on that level, it seems like when like I fully come out and like I'm fully expressing like my true like feminine essence and my like identity, and it's like I'm in like fully like quote unquote girl mode, you know? It seems like it makes them uncomfortable. Like, even if they like, you know what I mean? I don't know if anyone else experiences that, but it just seems like they're not as accepting as they think they are. You know what I mean? Like, I was gonna make a video like a year ago specifically about that, about like pronouns and shit, and how really that's just a way of like, because people can use your pronouns even if they don't see you as a woman, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a way of like creating a social culture where people can like act like people can do that because they think it's the quote unquote right thing to do, even if they don't actually like, even if they aren't actually based in terms of like their conception of gender, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't actually say anything about what they believe, yet they can still act accepting of you. So in a lot of cases, it seems like it seems like a false acceptance, because what it would really take is like understanding. And like, you guys know like where I go with that. Like, we need to change. We need to replace the concept of gender itself that's hegemonic and commonly thought of with one that's more accurate in terms of like queer identities. You know, like, that's how you would fix that problem. But like, it just seemed like I hate those like that like social reformism. I just hate it. It's not enough. But like, an example of this is like, I'll be talking to someone, and then I'll actually like use my like most feminine voice tone, and they'll be like, "What?" They'll be like, "I'm sorry, what?" Like, they act like they can't hear me when it's like, it's pretty obvious you can fucking hear me. Like, what do you mean, what? Like, that's happened to me so many fucking times, where they act like it's like I'm like being incomprehensible just because I'm talking in like my femme voice. It's like, what do you mean, what? Like, you can obviously hear what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's like the most common example I can think of that. It's so fucking annoying, because then I have to fucking repeat myself. It's like, dude, you fucking heard me. What? It's like, shut up. God damn. What? Ugh. People are so fucking stupid, honestly. the shit that we have to deal with is crazy. Like, there's a specific intersection of things that can happen when you're like a woman who's trans. You know what I mean? Like, yesterday I got fucking accosted. I was walking down the street. Literally, we can't even walk down the street without being fucking harassed and accosted. I was literally just walking down the street, and this fucking car pulls up next to me. This fucking fat, bearded little fucking goblin man is in this like little red car next to me. And he's like, he says something. My headphones were literally like too loud for me to hear him. And I was wearing my dress, my new dress that I don't think I've worn on camera yet. But, so I was like, what? I'm like, what? And he goes, sir, do you want to ride? I'm like, no. And then he's like, okay, like assuming that he knows what I want. Like, you know that thing, that like male entitlement to sex, that type of thing, you know? Like, that's obviously what he was trying to get. And then he like slowly drove off, but he didn't even drive away like completely on the road. He drove off and like turned left. So what I did was I jumped into the cemetery next to it and went like through it to avoid him like turning around and fucking harassing me again. It's literally like, we can't even walk down the street. It's two things. I get misgendered and I get fucking sexually harassed at the same time. That's how you're supposed to do like intersectionality, by the way. That's that's what that is. It's not like a tier list of identities, you know what I mean? It's literally looking at intersections. But yeah. Why is there so much noise, dude? Usually it's fucking quiet this time of the night. I just hear a bunch of fucking noise. It's just so fucking irritating, like. And then I feel like shit later on in the night. Because of this one dude. Like. And then I was thinking, like, what if I did get in the car and I just kill him? Like, I just... Do you want to ride? I should have been like, do you want to die? Like... People don't understand that either. They don't understand, like, the violent instinct of revenge at this. And how it's, like, justifiable. That's honestly, that type of thing is, like, that's part of why I'm a moral nihilist. Is because, like, sometimes revenge is fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's understandable. I can't imagine being a person who has, like, a solid moral, realist, ethical system. Like, that's just so cringe to me. Like, what? Like, how do you live your life that way? Like, with this, like, code that you follow like that. Like, it's just so cringe. Oh, I think murder is wrong. Like, what? Like, what are you, fucking a 1700s priest? Like, what the like, what is I saw, like, somebody tweeted, it was the Beauvoir woman on Twitter, who I follow, who's my mutual, who said something like, if you still believe in objective morality, you're, like, a clown or something. Or objective reality, I think she said. You need to grow up, that's what she said. I'm like, yeah, based. She was dunking on Kantians. Which, I mean, I don't understand why people are stuck in German idealism. still. It's like stuck in like Kant and Hegel. And they think that that is like where the debate lies. It's like, no, both Kant and Hegel are cringe. And philosophy has progressed far beyond them. Like, we don't need to be talking about this anymore. Like, but I guess that's better than people who are still stuck on the Greeks and think, who are like unironically Platonists and shit, who like have that form of idealism. That's like the most cringe thing in the world. Idealism. It's fucking trash. Honestly. How can you still be an idealist? Honestly, I don't understand it. Imagine being an idealist in 2021. Couldn't be me. Voschites are. The Voschist cult. You're in a cult. No, you're in a cult. Actually.